Knives Out is the latest film from director Rian Johnson, who gave us films like Looper and of course Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is a whodunit murder mystery in the spirit of Agatha Christie classics like Murder on the Orient Express or Death on the Nile, just with a modern twist, offering Rian Johnson's quirky sense of humor in addition to some underlying criticism of the Trump administration and the current era of American politics. Knives Out features an all-star ensemble cast from Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Don Johnson, Toni Collette, Lakeith Stanfield, Katherine Langford, Jaeden Martell, and Christopher Plummer. The film follows Daniel Craig as the comically mysterious and eccentric Detective Benoit Blanc, heavily inspired by Hercule Poirot, albeit with a southern Kentucky accent. Detective Blanc has been hired to investigate the death of the wealthy Thrombey family patriarch, which took place at the family's illustrious remote mansion that feels like it's straight out of the board game Clue. Everyone is a suspect from the family, the caretaker, the housekeeper, leading to a lot of heated family drama, especially when the patriarch's will comes into play. They all have their own potential motives and reasonings for maybe being involved with this person's death, making for a constantly shifting narrative that keeps you guessing. Being a whodunit, Knives Out is a plot-driven film that is best experienced without knowing anything. Knives Out is not a film that you want spoiled, although I will say there is considerable attention from Rian Johnson in developing some of the characters and revealing some genuine tender moments. The cast is phenomenal. This is one of the best ensembles that you're going to see at the movies this year. Every single cast member fits into their role perfectly, with Daniel Craig and Ana de Armas getting the lion's share of screen time, and both of them are outstanding. Daniel Craig is so incredibly entertaining from the moment he pops up on screen, and never once gets tiresome, thanks to Rian Johnson's clever writing, keeping Detective Blanc both humorous and captivating, with other characters often commenting on how over the top he is, for some wonderful tongue-in-cheek moments. I could easily watch a series of films with Daniel Craig playing this character. I thought he was utterly fantastic. And then there's Ana de Armas, who I've enjoyed since she popped up in the Keanu Reeves film Knock Knock, and then of course in Blade Runner 2049. She is incredible in the film, with much of the film's dramatic and emotional weight falling to her, and she pulls it off wonderfully. She has the ability to tap into a range of emotions all within a single shot. Watching both her and Daniel Craig together just made me more excited for when they reunite in the next James Bond film, No Time to Die. Of course, with this being such a large ensemble, some cast members don't get quite as much to do, with Katherine Langford and Jaeden Martell often getting shafted when it comes to screen time. It's great seeing these actors in these roles, but the characters feel a little disposable and as if they could have been played by anyone. The star of Knives Out is really Rian Johnson and his script. There's so much love for murder mysteries and whodunits packed into this film that there's even a character who acts as this murder mystery fanboy, giving the film a fun meta quality to it, without overdoing it with any fourth wall breaks. Rian Johnson loves keeping you guessing by providing lots of hints and clues throughout the movie, with lines of dialogue and objects hidden in scenes all having important parts to play, making Knives Out a great film to rewatch to try and see what you might have missed the first time around. This gives Rian Johnson the opportunity to spin some of the tropes associated with whodunits, leading to some unexpected twists that I found refreshing. This attempt at subverting murder mysteries doesn't always pay off, however, leading to a few fairly safe choices that could have benefited from a bigger reveal or embracing some of those tropes more closely. Sure, the film can feel a little cheesy at times, with some of the over-the-top characters and musical cues, but it's all meant to invoke the fun and excitement of a great murder mystery. Because let's face it, if you go back and watch any classic murder mystery shows or films like Murder, She Wrote, they're all a little cheesy, and this is just Rian Johnson embracing that with a tongue-in-cheek approach. On top of this, Rian Johnson uses this scenario to add some underlying commentary on the current Trump administration and topics like immigration. Aside from one mention of red MAGA hats, some lines of dialogue may go over the heads of some viewers who are just enjoying the murder mystery aspect, but there's a strong message that can be read between the lines in certain scenes that makes for an important contemporary piece. Knives Out is a highly entertaining original blockbuster that inhabits the best parts of whodunits while adding a modern flavor to the usual formula. With an all-star cast that is wonderfully committed to each of their roles and a fun multi-layered script, it's hard not to recommend Knives Out. Knives Out gets a 9 out of 10 from me. Guys, I hope you liked this review. If you want to see more reviews just like this one, stay right here for your mono fix. Bye guys.